You are listening to the Cigar Noise Boys. I don't like private jets. I fly Southwest. And you never catch me wearing a beeping wire. That's how you get your head deflated like a tire.
Oh, no idea.
I have to guess the artist. Is that what I'm doing?
Artist or song, yeah.
What are you getting? I'm a fan of old school hip hop. This lyric doesn't sound familiar to me, so either it's a older song that I hadn't heard or it's a new rapper. I'm just gonna throw out a name and say Lil Weezy, Lil Wayne.
Nope. Really, Tyler? You have nothing?
Dude, honestly, you throw me off so much with how
You know what I listen to though. It's not gonna be.
it's gonna be like
so
Riff Raff, or it's gonna be that stupid Led Zeppelin wannabe band.
No. Well, do not besmirch Greta Van Fleet. It's E40. Understands me.
That is definitely a West Coast rapper from back in the day.
Bay Area.
Bay Area. And you know what's
Ooh.
funny? The only Bay Area rappers that I grew up listening to were the Hieroglyphics crew, which was like Souls of Mischief and Far Side and those kind of guys. Outside of that, I was more of an East Coast hip hop guy. So I like that.
What's up, everybody? Cigar Noise Boys here. Dom and Tyler joined for the third time, but second podcast with Miguel Schoedel of Crowned Heads. The last one we did, was that 2 weeks ago? Anyway.
Probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago we did one that will forever remain unrecorded and lost to me.
Yeah. We're going to ask you some new questions this time. Not going to go over PB&Js or anything.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Again.
That was a magical episode. That
It was
I
good.
I lost sleep over it because we had everything. I had the mic, we had funny stories, and then you fucked up.
You don't even sleep. So you say you lost sleep. You must have just stayed up.
Well, instead of the typical hour he gets a night, he got a half an hour.
No, this whole COVID thing, I'm working a little bit less. Only 60 hours a week, so.
Yeah.
So what's everyone smoking and drinking? Miguel, you first?
Well, I just finished a glass of sangria earlier with my wife. So right now I'm having a bottle of water, but I'm smoking a 2018 Las Calaveras. This is the LC46. So this one's got 2 years of age on it. And if you can see that ash, I mean, it's stacking dimes all the way. It is a beautiful, beautiful cigar. I always say you can fake strength, you can fake flavors in a cigar, but you can't fake age. And this 2-year-old cigar is tasting fantastic.
Nice. Tyler?
I feel awful, but I'm smoking a.
Oh my goodness. Tyler, you have so many cigars. We had the pack of Ace Prime cigars.
I have one.
And what are you smoking?
I'm finishing up a HVC La Rosa Maduro. Here's the story. It was in my car for like 4 days, so I needed to smoke it. And
Is it good?
it's really good. I haven't had one of these since the trade show, I believe. But I do have the Puchardo
San Andreas.
San Andreas one next. So
Yeah, I haven't smoked an HVC in quite some time. It's been a while. I gotta pick up some of their cigars again. I'm very much a creature of habit, so when something gets outside of my view, or, I tend to forget about them. So I got to go back and visit their blends.
I really liked their 500th when they
yeah.
came out with last year. That was good
Yeah.
stuff. I'm smoking the, I think it's called the Classic.
That's the Pichardo Sumatra Classico. That's the more affordable $9.50 MSRP Sumatra wrapper. Beautiful blend. Comes in one size. The size obviously you're smoking. It's got a blue band. It's just a beautiful, beautiful cigar. It has a little bit of Ometepe in it as well.
Nice. And my dad, he's sitting by me. He's smoking the Tiago Splitter.
Oh, very nice. I love that Tiago. That's a Sumatra as well. The Robusto or the Toro?
Well, he had the Toro first, actually, but right now he's on to the Robusto.
Nice. Okay. You put those together and you get a double Corona. There you go.
I think that was my favorite of the bunch, was the splitter. That one I really, really enjoyed.
I like that, and I like the was it the San Andreas, the red label, Pichardo?
Yeah, the red label is a Habano.
Habano, I like that one a lot.
Mm.
All right, so a little bit of repeat from the last episode. Crown Heads, what's the deal with them and Ace Prime?
Absolutely. So Ace Prime is co-owned by Ace Prime and Tabacalera Pichardo. Tabacalera Pichardo is their factory down in Esteli, Nicaragua. And Ace Prime is the company here in the States, and they do a variety of line. Pichardo Reserva Familiar, which has 3 lines. The Classico, which has 1 line now, which will add a Maduro sometime soon. They also do the MXS line. They have Dominique Wilkins. They have Thiago Splitter, and Adrian Gonzalez is coming soon as well. And then they have the Luciano Traveler. And so basically, I've known Luciano, who's co-owner of the factory and the company, for probably about a decade. And he's kind of been in the industry, kind of behind the scenes. The factory down there has been around quite a long time. And so him and I hit it off. We became friends for years. And obviously I got the opportunity to introduce him to Mike and John at Crown Heads. They hit it off really well. They started making some blends for us to try. We were just blown away by the quality that they were able to produce. And, we gave them a test. We asked them to make Juarez for us. Juarez was going to be a kind of a private label for an account. It turned out to be much bigger than that. Turned out to be a core line of ours. It's sold in all of our brick and mortars across the country. It's been a huge hit for us. And because of that, we've continued to work with them. And we decided to start a strategic alliance where they will focus heavily on a lot of product for us, a lot of different blends for us. And we took over their distribution in the United States. They were in about a little over 100 accounts. We're in about 1,500 accounts. So we took over their distribution to spread the word on Ace Prime and Tabacalera Pichardo, to tell that story. And they're focusing on making blends for us. We have a new cigar that I literally just finished before we went live that we will announce later in the year. It'll be a new core line for us. And I will tell you, it's one of the best cigars I've ever smoked in my life. And it's coming from Tabacalera Pichardo.
Nice. And the Pichardo, no, not the Pichardo, the Luciano, is that the name of it?
Luciano, yeah.
Luciano, what tobacco is used in that one?
So that's Pero de Oro. All filler and binder is all Pero de Oro. And it's a mixture of some Peruvian Pero de Oro in there, which means golden hair. And it's a tobacco that is very complex, very difficult to grow. And he wanted to create something special, so he created a cigar for himself. It's a cross between like a Corona Gorda and a True Churchill, Lancero kind of length, and 10-count box. It's a beautiful cigar. There's a limited run of how many of those cigars can be produced, and that is pretty much their top of the line, if you will, cigar. And it does have a very thin Ecuador wrapper on it, but the show of that cigar is really the filler and the binder, that Pero de Oro.
Yeah, speaking of golden hair, Tyler, what on earth was your Instagram video saying you're not going to cut your hair until the next cigar trade show?
Yeah, I've been really sad about it, especially I was going through my playlist on my iPhone, on my Apple Music, and I had a mix I made just from the trade show last year. And then I'm like, I can't believe this isn't happening. This is not happening this year. I went through the pictures. Me and Miguel had a great night at the Rum Bar. Me and you shared a moment at Skip's party, your Roman Crafts party, in Vegas. It's sad, man. It's like that's 95% of the reason why I work at a cigar shop is to go to the trade show. No, I'm kidding. But to pay my to give honor to the trade show, I'm not cutting my hair until PCA comes back.
So he's definitely Pero de Oro.
Yep.
It's kind of like a playoff beard.
Yep. But I can't grow a beard.
It doesn't make as much sense, I feel like.
Let's talk about how nice his cap is.
So you are wearing our Four Kicks Capa Especial hat. It's a white hat, snapbacks, got the black in the back, blue logo in the front. That's a hat we did. So the problem was COVID-19. Obviously it's affected a lot of people, and that's probably the most important part of the story of COVID-19, but it did affect business as well. Capa Especial should have been on the market in March or April. And obviously because of COVID-19, packaging, cigars, all those things have been delayed. So we're hoping July, August that Capa gets out. We've done a lot of pre-orders on it. People are excited about it. And the Capa Especial, that blend, what's unique about that blend is when Crowned Heads was first created 9 years ago by John and Mike. Now, these two guys have been together, like, experience in the premium cigar world. Their years together is 60-plus years in the premium hand-rolled business. And so, but 9 years ago, when CAO was sold, they started Crowned Heads. And they came down to two blends. The Four Kicks that we have today with the red label, the gold red label, which everyone knows, that's still our best-selling line that people love and our signature cigar. And then there was another blend that Ernie preferred. Well, John and Mike decided to choose on the Four Kicks that's been out, that everyone knows today. We have now gone back to that original blend that Ernie favored, which was a very similar blend, but it had one Dominican leaf down the center, and then it was covered, instead of a Habano, a Sumatra Ecuadorian wrapper. So that is the Capa Especial. So it's kind of Ernie's take on what our first cigar would have been. And Ernie obviously is a master blender. He's an all-star in his business, a legend, a Hall of Famer. And so we're very proud to be able to bring that blend out. So that's the hat that Tyler's rocking today.
So you said that it wasn't just a wrapper switch. You added Dominican tobacco to it?
Yeah, so it had one leaf of Dominican tobacco in it, which the Four Kicks originals, all Nicaraguan filler binder.
Okay. And then the Four Kicks Maduro, is that just a wrapper, or was there any other?
Yeah, that was a wrapper change. And what's unique is it wasn't just like, hey, give me a Maduro wrapper, I'll put it on. We really wanted, we were only going to do a line extension or blend extension if it was going to be something special. And the Maduro wrapper on there is a Connecticut Habano Maduro. So it is a Connecticut grown, not broadleaf, not Connecticut shade. It is a Habano seed grown in Connecticut River Valley, and that long fermentation gives it that nice dark, oily wrapper. And that is a wrapper that's not widely available. So that's the reason why we did the Four Kicks Maduro, is to have that wrapper and utilize that wrapper. So it had to be something special, and that's what that wrapper comes out to be.
I think the Inch anniversary had that Connecticut Habano wrapper on it.
You're right. You are right.
I was going to ask you I was wondering if you guys used it, but yeah, you guys did. Cool.
Absolutely.
I just noticed that.
That's in short supply right now too, that wrapper.
I just noticed that my screen name was still set to Mr. Sipineri because I did a graduation Zoom with all the 8th graders.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Are you a teacher?
Yeah. Middle
Nice.
school literature and spelling, which is why we do the words of the week, which, Tyler, why don't you like that? That's the best segment. That's not the best, but.
Well, because I never know the word. Usually
I'm trying to teach you something new every day. Expand your lexicon.
But you want me to use it in a cigar way, and you can only do that so many times. Like, how many more cigars? Like, if I don't,
Tyler, word of the day is au courant, and I'll help you out.
Is that like a food?
That Crowned Heads hat of yours is very au courant.
Dapper?
Very stylish.
Fashionable is one definition. The other is just like in the know, up to date with things.
Au courant?
Au courant.
Let me tell everybody that you listen to Cigar Boys Noise. You not only get cigar education, my brothers, you get to learn words and lyrics to rap songs from E40. I mean, there is no other cigar show out there that does what you guys do. You guys are truly part of the American fabric of the cigar industry.
You want to correct them?
No, I just figure if I keep using these words, one day Tyler's going to write a cigar review and use some of them. That would be the happiest day of my life.
That would be fantastic. This cigar I smoked was so au courant.
Au courant, stylish, and au courant. I was thinking croissant, so I was thinking maybe it was
French,
something, something you put on a sandwich.
Croissant.
Found the language of origin. Tyler, did you? I mean, that kind of ruined my word of the day because I gave it to you, spoon-fed it to you. But what do you have from your
pass.
source? Oh, I told you this an hour ago to have a word.
Dude, I had to get some stuff set up, and
And isn't he supposed to pick a word from the Urban Dictionary?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
It's so easy to do. They have like words of the day for them, I think. Unbelievable.
I know.
Well, hey, here's a new segment. I don't know if it's going to last. But I loved Mad Libs growing up.
Yeah. My kids still love them.
So I'm going to give a sentence with a blank. What's the first thing you think about? Miguel, you first. Sentence is, honey, take out your phone and get a picture of that blank.
Tyler's hair.
Nice.
I would also put not only Tyler's hair, I could put Tyler's pelo de oros. He's got beautiful blonde golden hair.
Yeah, people don't know what you're talking about, though. Is like, what, do I have consent to take a picture of his pelo de oros?
All right, read it to me again. All right, read it again.
Honey, take out your phone and get a picture of that blank.
Tramp stamp.
What?
That'd be a good name for a cigar.
It is a cigar.
I know.
Oh, I know. Dom never heard of it, though.
Latilier.
It's cigar related.
That was the fun news segments. We'll last.
I love it.
Tune in next week.
Same bat channel, same bat time.
All right, Miguel. I realized after the last podcast we didn't talk about keep the lights on.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing with that?
So
it's very, very au courant of Crown Heads to do this thing.
Well, it was something that Ace Prime and Crown Heads came up with the idea. We were really worried about our retailers, our brick and mortars. I mean, the God's honest truth is many of the cigar companies are going to survive this. A lot of us are always prepared. If you're a successful business person, you're smart about it, you really are prepared for these kind of situations. But brick and mortars are mom and pop shops, man. They work hard. They're the backbone of the industry. They mean everything to the industry, and you're not getting rich. You know what I mean? It's truly a labor of love, and it's a hobby. So we were very worried about our brick and mortars. I mean, over 90% of our sales go through brick and mortar and 10% online. So the brick and mortar means everything to us. And so this idea of there's all these cigar of the month clubs. They're all over the place. Some of them are retail shops that have a big operation, have an online presence, and they have a cigar of the month club. Some things are like Stogie Bird, where it's Sam Lucia, where he's doing it out of like a warehouse. And we love all those. They're a great way for people to discover new cigars. But we noticed that a lot of mom and pops either don't have the time, don't have the ability, or don't have the technology to do it. So we came up with an idea to do a cigar of the month club. But when you sign up, there's different levels, like a normal cigar of the month club. But when you sign up, you have to choose a brick and mortar. And the brick and mortar that you sign up, you choose one, and 100% of the profits go to that retailer. So if a person signs up, every month we cut a check back to that store, for the profits of what that box would be. And so it's something that we're very excited about, because at the end of the day, we don't make, we're not making money on it. You know what I mean? We're covering the cost of cigars and the packaging and shipping, but the profits go back to the store. And we're very, very proud to create something like this. In the beginning, a lot of people didn't really understand the concept, but every week that goes by, more and more people are loving it. So if you're a consumer, you can go to thebulbbox.com, thebulbbox.com. You can sign up. It's, pick your level of support, pick your brick and mortar, and then you sign up as a member, and you get cigars sent to your house. You can't buy the whole portfolio. It's samplers that we've curated to make available. If you're a retailer, it's free to sign up. All you have to do is go to the website, sign up as a retailer, and then your customers, your consumers can just go and sign up and choose you, and you can start getting that money back in your bank account. So it's a way to help our brick and mortars to keep the lights on. We do a show every Monday and every Thursday. It's 2 shows a week. We'll eventually go down to 1 show a week, once we all start traveling again. But it's something that we really want to do, and so far it's been very successful. And we hope to add other cigar companies to the samplers as we go on.
Nice. And I know this is a tough time for a lot of companies. That's why I think it's a really cool idea to still get cigars to the people when it was deemed unsafe to maybe go to the lounges. I know some are opening up still. So is this going to continue even if
we're going to
open?
We're going to continue to run it as long as people support it. I mean, so if people are supporting it 2 years from now, we're going to keep it going. At the end of the day, it's really about supporting the brick and mortar. If a customer comes in, let's say to a shop that Tyler works at, and maybe he belongs to a Cigar of the Month club, and Tyler gets to know the customer. He's a good customer. And maybe Tyler then will be able to say, hey, man, I know you like supporting us, and this is one way you can support us is by buying your Cigar of the Month club through thebulbbox.com. And that way that customer can support you not only by coming through to your brick and mortar, but he can also support you by ordering his cigars online and having them delivered to his house. At the end of the day, our industry needs online retailers and they need brick and mortar. Our industry is an industry of just great people. There's great people in our business. And it's just a way for us to help out the brick and mortars. And a lot of consumers want to support their retailers. And I'll tell you right now, man, I'm in contact with stores all over the country. Some still can't let in, customers. Some are still doing curbside. Some can only do 20% or 50% capacity. So there's still a lot of need for this. And we're going to keep it going as long as people want to support it.
Awesome. Yeah, the lounges all around me are still closed. Just curbside. I was told I could bring like a lawn chair and sit out the front.
People are doing that too, yeah.
I might have to for small batch blind reviews, but we'll see.
There you go.
Tell us a little bit about the bad news you got, Dom, as far as smoking.
What bad? Oh, did I talk about that last?
Anyway. Oh yeah, but we can tell Miguel real quick.
Yeah, so I'm not supposed to be smoking on my balcony, but I have been throughout this because I have no lounge, and it's a great way for me to do my work. While doing that, I could make cigar analogies videos.
You haven't done that in a while, but yeah,
I know. I'll get back on that.
No place to smoke, no friends, no lounge, but no job.
The guy in the apartment below me gave me a phone call, and he said, "Hey, I smell some smoke." And I talked to the guy who smoked cigarettes, and it wasn't him. And he would go like on the street where it's okay to smoke. And he said, oh, the smoke was still coming this way. So I asked him to move somewhere else. And I guess he did.
Wow.
But for the last like 2 Zooms I've done with the small batch crew, I've just had to go in my car and park it in the parking lot away from people.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Well, hopefully sooner or later, I know California is expensive, but look at Tyler. Tyler now he's the homeowner now. He's got his own lounge. I told him to name it the Landing Strip. I don't know if what he's named it, but I think that'd be a great name.
I like that.
I think he's got a great little setup there. I'm on my lanai right now, and it looks like a storm is coming. But I'm out here smoking. I always tell my neighbors, look, I smoke a lot of cigars. I smoke them on my lanai. If for any reason they bother you, please let me know. And no one's complained yet. Nice. I feel for you, Dom. I feel for you, brother.
Yeah, and I'm apartment hunting right now in Silicon Valley. So I'm on a buy freeze at the moment. Unless I get a call back from Allier Cigars saying like, oh, you're next on the list for RomoCraft 2020. But I'm guessing either they wrote down my number incorrectly, or I just wasn't the first 100.
You got to reach out to Lenny over there, man, over Allier in Arizona.
Yeah, but it's been like a week, and I want to call back and say like, hey, did you sell out?
Ooh, about those cigars.
You got to drop Tyler's name. Tyler knows everyone in his business.
I got to save up. Single apartments are not very cheap because all my housemates are moving out places.
You see that, Miguel?
I do. Michael Moreland. I introduced you to Michael Moreland.
Why is your phone doing a rave right now?
What's up,
I know,
bro?
It's like he's answering a phone on a live interview.
He always does that. I want to see if he had anything to add to the conversation.
Moreland's a good dude. He's out of Illinois. He's a good dude, man. We were sitting out in Rum Bar in Las Vegas, having my typical. I love the Rum Bar during the trade show when it's in Vegas because for some reason not a lot of people go there that are in the cigar industry, and so I'm not a partier. I don't like to be in parties and clubs and all that kind of stuff. So I go there. I order a neat rum, maybe like a Diplomatico, serve it neat, and then I order a cocktail, a rum cocktail, something sweet. and I'll drink those and smoke a couple cigars. That's just my way to wind down. One day, Tyler came over, and Michael Moreland came over, and we had a good time together. I think you had a watermelon shirt on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did, and I had a pina colada.
Tyler, I remember telling you this. I almost bought a watermelon shirt myself for PCA this year so we could match.
That would have been baller.
Does this still fit you, Tyler? You lost so much damn weight, man.
I haven't tried it on, but I am happy that I can now shop at like Target in
instead of
Meyer.
Yeah, I feel you.
No longer Pat's Tent and Tarp. You know.
I love it. I'm gonna light up another cigar, boys.
And then while you're doing that, I was gonna say, Miguel, you just brushed over the lanai thing. Can you talk about that again?
Lanai? What's a lanai?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, man. I'm an Ohio guy. We have patios up north, right? And down here in Florida, they have patios, but they're all screened in. These are all screened in. And the bugs in Florida are real deal, man. They are serious. I mean, it's crazy out here, especially in the rainy season right now. The bugs are they're huge and they fly. And so you have to have a lanai. You can't enjoy your patio. So I have a beautiful fan. I've got the lanai, and it keeps out about 90% of the bugs. So that way you can get out and enjoy it. So lanai, I don't know if that's a French word or what, but lanais are new to me since I moved to Florida. We don't have lanais. Up north, if you do screen in your porch, it's called a screened-in porch.
Yeah, I'm digging the backdrop with the palm trees, and then Dom's got a beautiful siding at his parents' house.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a window, and I don't want it. Once you see people walking by it, because now we're live.
Well, here, when we first moved to Florida 2 years ago, we sold our house in Cincinnati, and then we moved to Florida. We moved into an apartment, and then we moved into a condo while we were looking to build a house. So we finally got to build a house, and the one thing I really wanted was palm trees. So we have some palm trees out back, and we have a palm tree in the front. I really wanted a palm tree. Like, you got to live in Florida, you got to have a palm tree. And I'm near Fort Myers, so I'm really South Florida, and so the palm trees down here are just beautiful.
Moreland said to refer to you as El Presidente.
Yes.
No longer Miguel. So does anybody in the cigar industry live by you?
Well, I am an hour from Naples, where Rocky Patel is based out of. So an hour south of me is Rocky Patel. There's a lot of great shops in Fort Myers. There's some great. You're not that far from, like I said, Naples or hour north of me is Sarasota. Cigars up there, and then you up further north you hit Tampa. So I would say, as far as cigar companies go, it would be Rocky would be the closest.
Yeah, I thought maybe Jack Tarano was like the house over.
Jack's my boy, but the thing, Jack is like family to me. I love Jack Tarano. He's a national sales manager with Espinosa. Him and I cut our teeth together back in the day, and he lives in Miami. He lives in Kendall, and there's nothing you could get me to do to live on that side of Florida. Everyone's based out of there. I'm not a Miami guy. Like I said, I'm not into clubs or busyness. I like to be away from everything. So that's why we chose this part of Florida right here, because it's on the Gulf, and it's a lot more, it's a good place for El Presidente to be. And so, just so you know, El Presidente comes from a video game. I used to play a ton in college, and I still dabble a little bit. It's called Tropico. And you play a dictator in the Caribbean, and your name is El Presidente, and you have to run your Caribbean island. And you could choose to run it as a dictator. You can choose to run it by election. You can create cornfields. You can have llamas. You can have palm trees.
Is this like Sims?
It's very similar to Sims. But what's great about this game is that you can plant tobacco, and you can start a cigar factory on your island. You can have a rum distillery and produce your own rum for export, because you're trying to create an economy. And so you can grow fields of tobacco and have a factory make cigars.
So what's your factory name, and what kind of tobacco do you grow?
Well, the island is called Tropico, and so it's Tropican tobacco, and the cigars are called El Presidente Especial.
Okay.
No, you don't get to name your cigar, I don't think. But it's a fun game. I've played it for years. It is a little bit maybe not the most politically correct game because you have to choose your personality, and you have to choose a dictator to have those personalities. So you can pick Fidel, Che, Batista. You can pick all these, Baby Doc from Haiti. And it's not the most politically correct game, but it's a fun game and it's a big seller.
I know when I was playing Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption, every time I would go to the general store, I would buy cigars.
You probably spent more money on virtual cigars than you did on real cigars.
I don't know. Don't know about that.
So how many boxes have you bought? You bought your 4th box recently?
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe that'll be my next Cigar Noise Weekly video talking about my Coolador. But I have Tatuaje ATA 2020. I have HVC 500th. Patina Maduro in Toro, Double Toro. That was my first box purchase.
Mo makes a great cigar.
Oh, yeah. Love Mo. What else? Oh, Fratello Bianco number 3, I think. 3 or 4.
I love the Fratello, man. I'm telling you, that brand is a great brand, and the dude that owns it couldn't be better. He's salt of the earth. I always run into him in airports. He's a great dude, man.
And the last one I just got was Sereno Maduro XX.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I got to tell you, I'm going to tell you a little story because this is what podcasts are. They're all about telling stories. Now, my first box of cigars, I don't know I know what my first cigar was, but I don't remember my first box. But at that time, I was buying a lot of CAOs. This is about 98, 99. I was buying CAO. I was buying Avo Maduro Pyramids, and I was buying some Indian tobacco. And Rocky made the cigar. It was so delicious. It's no longer around, but it had the longest name ever. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Indian Tobacco Super Fuerte Mini Bellicoso Maduro. That was the name of the cigar. The longest freaking name. And I bust Rocky's chops about it all the time, but it was a great cigar. I used to buy boxes of those. Now, let me tell you, fast forward, I get the job at CAO. This is almost 18 years ago. I drive down to do an interview. 2 months, 3 months go by. They call me back for another interview. I get the job. They send me home with probably 20, 25 boxes of samples. And these are in boxes, right? Nowadays, all the companies usually give their reps bundles to save on the box. But at that time, they didn't do that. So I drive all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, back to Cincinnati, Ohio. I get home at like midnight. I sit down and I crack open each box. And there's still, to this day, there's still something special about cracking open a fresh box of cigars. It's still a great feeling. If there's anyone out there listening who only buys singles, sooner or later invest in a box. You can do a Coolador. You can get an inexpensive humidor. Buying by the box, there's something special about it. It really is. And when a friend comes over and I'm able to crack open a box and say, here, grab one out of the box, it's a great feeling. It's a great gesture, you know?
And that's why I think, Dom, for your next box should be the Las Calaveras 2020, because last time we talked about how they age, or how well they age, and what you guys do to.
Yeah, so traditionally, Las Calaveras comes in a box and it's uncellophaned. And the reason for that is because we want it to continue to age, and there's cedar kind of planks in between the different rows. And we leave it uncellophaned for a reason, because it continues to age in that box. Because of COVID-19, 2020 will be the first time that it's actually cellophane. Hopefully in the future we won't have to. But we're going to announce tomorrow. You'll see the announcement tomorrow. We're going to announce Las Calaveras 2020. We're very excited about it. And I think, Dom, if you're looking to buy an incredible box, the LC46 Corona Gorda, which we do every year, is the way to go, brother. Yeah,
well, I mean, I love the 2020 on all these boxes. I think that's just like visually appealing.
Yeah.
Nice even number. I was leaning more toward the La Coalición, because I love that cigar. I think it would age well.
Yeah, La Colección actually, I tell you, ages really well. That blend is really made to be aged, and it has that broadleaf. It has a very rustic, earthy flavor. And look, Drew Estate knocked it out the park on that blend. That blend is incredible. Willie Herrera, John Huber, 4 different Vitolas. The Corona Gorda and the Gordito. The Gordito's the Robusto. Those are the 2 sizes I think are the all-stars in that line.
Yeah, I'm trying to get eventually a box of every company that I support, a cigar that I like, and something that I like the band, the look of the band as well.
Nice.
So I know El Borracho Maduro by Dapper, that's on my list, hopefully in the future.
I was given, I was at a shop in Ohio, up in Cleveland before everything got kind of shut down. And I smoked a Borracho Maduro, and I was very impressed. I don't know the Dapper guys. I really don't know Ian. I don't know those guys at all. But that Borracho was fantastic. Great cigar. Look, man, you know, it's funny because I'm a cigar smoker. I'm not just in the industry. I was a hobbyist before I got into the industry. I got into cigars and really got into it in 96. And then come 98, I was buying full boxes. I'm a hobbyist as well as working in the industry. And so I'm like anybody else. When I go into a humidor, I want to smoke it all. I want to try everything. I want to try new blends. And I think that's kind of the fun. And that has been lost on me, even though I've been in the industry as long as I have.
It's cool because some people get burnt out. I know some people who only smoke their own stuff, like never smoke anything else. And I think you know, that takes out a lot of the fun part, you know, because I smoke. I mean, I smoke a lot of a few different brands, but I smoke everything in the shop. If it's new, especially, or a new size, I smoke 6x60s. I smoked a Lunatic Torch 4 3/4 by 70. It was like smoking a fucking like a beer can. I'm like,
yeah.
But I'll smoke infused, everything.
I think as a tobacconist, that's good on you to do that, man. I think that, look, I'm not a fan of flavored cigars. I have nothing against them at all. Zero. Like if someone smokes a flavored cigar, it doesn't bother me. I don't like the taste of it on my palate. But I will tell you that I think as a tobacconist, understanding flavored, aromatic, premium, bundle, Cuban sandwich, you got to understand it all. And I think that makes you a better tobacconist when you can explain or know all about these cigars. And some of them, they all have a market and they all have a place, you know?
I haven't tried the upsetters, but I think the only thing I have against infused cigars is when I'm in a lounge that doesn't have good
ventilation.
Yeah, and then if I'm sitting right next to somebody, then I'm not able to enjoy my cigar as much as I would otherwise.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Dom. I've been at events where they'll be at a Crown Heads event and everyone's smoking Crown Heads and there's like one person who lights up like an acid or something. And again, acid is a major player in this business, and we work with Drew Estate on blends. But it does affect your cigar. And so I can understand that, you know what I mean? Luckily when I'm on my lanai, when I'm smoking, I don't have to worry about anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I like lounges that have outdoor seating the best. Mm-hmm. Oh, Tyler, you're shaking your head because you're not in California with the beautiful weather.
Yeah, I hate smoking outside. I mean, if it's like hot and humid and the smoke will kind of like linger by you, yeah. But if I'm outside and it's windy and if I feel like I don't get all the same aroma, flavor, all that jazz.
West Coast Cigars in South San Jose, nice outdoor seating. They have a fire pit, and that's like where everyone just goes, sits down around the fire pit and hangs out. That's
Do they have s'mores there?
The top. No, what?
Why not?
What are you
I thought that was code word. Dom, use s'mores in a sentence.
You got some s'mores?
I think it'd be something fun and neat. Sorry.
Well, I will tell you this, that Tyler, I like. It all depends, man. For me, it all has to be a comfortable weather. Like earlier today, I had a cigar out here on the patio, and it was miserable. It was hot, humid. There was no air blowing anywhere. It was just not enjoyable. Now it's cooled down. It's raining. There's a breeze. And I love smoking outdoors in that kind of weather. You know, the problem is that, you know, Tyler, you're up in Wisconsin. The weather can be brutal in the winter, and then in the summer it's super humid. So unlike Dom, who has California, which 90% of the year it's beautiful weather out there, and you definitely pay for it. But it's a beautiful state, man.
I mean, you get some cold days of 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Is your dad still around you?
Yeah, but I mean, I have my headphones in.
Oh, because I'm wondering.
What are you gonna say?
Remember when he was kind of talking about how much you smoke and how expensive they are?
Oh, yeah.
And then he probably heard you talk about all these boxes you plan on buying. He's
In
probably
the
shaking his
future,
head.
in the future, when I get my new apartment, maybe we'll see.
Well, I will tell you guys, man, my father and mother, when I got into cigars back in the 90s, they were pretty happy because I was spending all my excess money on cigars and a hobby, right? Opposed to going to the bars and drinking. It wasn't my thing, going to college parties or, you know, just doing stupid stuff. I actually invested in a hobby and got into it. And it took my father a little while to understand it. He smoked a pipe when he was younger. My mother, being Latin, is part of the culture. Cigars are just, you kind of grow up around cigars. And so they were happy that I got into a hobby that was, you know, that was fun. And they were very happy with me getting involved in cigars. And then obviously I got in the industry, and it's been a great ride.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of got into cigars in college because I went to UC Santa Cruz, and everyone's smoking the Mary Jane down there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I joined a fraternity, and I was like, you know what? Hey, I will work preventive maintenance. I'll do security when you're doing parties. I'll be on the patio smoking a cigar. And it was good stuff, good times.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, that's me, man. I wasn't a partier. You know, when I worked at CAO, we threw. And Tyler, it's a shame you weren't in the biz. You were probably too young back then. But back in the day, CAO used to throw the biggest, craziest parties at IPCPR, RTDA, now PCA. But we used to throw the biggest party of the year, and it was just great. And I had the same thing. I always volunteered to work the door. You know, they'd say, "Oh, we can rotate." I say, "No. Let everyone else party. I'll work the door the whole night." I just had a cigar, and it was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, do you party?
No, but I think you might be the oldest person ever to duct tape 2 40-ounce bottles of alcohol to your hands.
Okay. It was not a malt liquor. It was super easy. It was Bud Light. And I did it for the likes. Did it for CigarNoise Weekly.
You did it for the gram.
Did it
Did it for the gram.
More YouTube, but yeah.
I like.
Hey, that kind of ties in. This week's segment for CigarNoise Weekly hasn't been posted yet. But if thrift stores were a cigar, what cigar or a cigar brand would they be? I mean, it depends on what you think about thrift stores. I love them, but
you know, first of all, thrift store. What's interesting about thrift stores is I've donated a lot to thrift stores, and I never really went into thrift stores at all. And then when I got to be friends with Sam Lucia back in the day, when I was at Tarano and we sold his line of cigars, when I would be on the road with him, he always wanted to stop at thrift stores, so I would go in with him, and he was always looking for like old leather bags or just rare stuff, and I fell in love with thrift stores. So I agree, Dom. At one time, I thought thrift stores is not my thing, but you can really find some cool gems if you're looking for some old school stuff. It's really neat, man. As far as a cigar brand, that would be that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, because I think it depends on your view of thrift stores, because it could sound like, oh, it's just other people's trash and garbage that they're getting rid of, but you can find some good stuff in thrift stores.
Absolutely.
That's why I think I'm a thrift store fan. And the first thing I thought of was Macklemore, that song. But I think Viaje, man, because they do so many different. You know, one time it's like last month it was Andre farmhand on zombie farmhand Andre, and then the week before,
birthday.
The birthday blend.
Is he in the rap group Outkast, Andre 3000?
No, Andre Farkas. So Andre 3K. But one time it's something super cartoonish, and the next time it's in gold foil. The next time it's, one time he's got the #2 cigar of the year. Another time he's got TNT. So he's all, you walk into a thrift shop, you could have anything in there.
Yeah, it's like a smorgasbord. I can see that. All right, I'm agreeing with Tyler. Tyler.
I'm pro thrift store and I'm pro viaje. So
there you go.
Nice.
That's
Cigar Noise weekly video this week is about how, Tyler, you take just crappy photos for Instagram. And I was trying to prove that you don't need to buy a Bugatti lighter to make your cigar pics any better. Just go to the thrift store and find some treasures. Diamonds in the rough.
Yeah,
diamonds in the rough. That's a cigar brand right there. Diamond in the rough.
This chair I'm sitting in, I got at a thrift shop. It's a comfortable chair. So.
Nice.
The bed bugs are free. I had to pay for the chair though.
Well, I live in my community. We have a Facebook group that's like a closed Facebook group. So people will always post things and just give away furniture. So we've given stuff away. We've taken things. And so I like that a lot. This is literally the most interesting podcast I've ever been on in the cigar industry, you guys.
Well, what did Terrence say the one time?
Yeah,
Terrence is like, of all the podcasts I've been on, this is one of them.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
what he said.
Thanks, Terrence.
Agranosa.
Hey, have you guys heard of trypophobia?
No, I've not. But a phobia, so we know it's a phobia. And what is it? Trypo?
Trypo.
Trypophobia. I do not know what that means.
I think I have it. It's a fear of a cluster of small holes in things.
Yeah. I've seen that.
And I'll see pictures and they just freak me out, and I can't explain it, but it's just because there's a bunch of holes or dots.
So polka dots. So you're not down with polka dots.
Polka dots are okay, but I mean, if you want to, listeners, type in trypophobia on Google, go to images, and tell me that doesn't freak you out. I think it's fairly common.
People get freaked out by the iPhone too.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. That doesn't freak me out, but I don't know. My brother has a background on his phone that's it's a side of a tree and it has a bunch of acorns in it, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know.
Nice.
Some of them will be like bug related, like a hive.
Yeah.
There's like a bug poking out. Yeah, it
like I'm okay with like the hexagonal features of a honeycomb or whatnot, but
what about holes in jeans?
oh my goodness, this is one of my topics. Why? Okay, my jeans always rip in the crotch before it rips on my knees. Why is that? I'm not doing the splits.
You must have a big member.
Thank you, Tyler. Also, next question. Go ahead.
Do you get down and up a lot? Do you get down and up a lot?
Doing push-ups, but I usually am not wearing my jeans.
Hey, listen, man, I don't know what brand you're buying. Maybe you should switch a brand,
Yeah, you got to move up the Jenko jeans.
All right. Tyler first, then Miguel. Would you rather be able to do the splits or do a backflip?
Backflip all day.
I'm splits.
What, you want to be Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I mean, okay, first of all, when are you going to do a backflip?
Fuck,
anytime. Hey, guys, look at me.
No, I wouldn't announce it. I would just do that shit.
Can you see Tyler in the trade show going up and down the aisles backflipping? I'd love to see that.
Hold my cigar and I just do a backflip.
Hold my cigar. Dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm not doing a splits and being like crotch level with somebody. Like I'll do a backflip and
Tyler has morals, okay, Dom?
Yeah.
I just feel like doing the splits, you'd be so much more limber that there would be more times when you need to do the splits.
If you go to like 90s me and I'm watching Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah, I would probably back then I would want to do it, but now backflips.
Why were you watching JVC in the 90s? You were a child.
My mom had a big crush on him. So we were stuck watching Kickboxer and what's the other ones he did?
What's the one where he puts his hands in the glass?
That's got to be Kickboxer, I think.
Bloodsport, maybe. I don't know.
Bloodsport. Bloodsport. I might watch one of those tonight.
I'm not a movie guy, so I'm surprised I knew that.
I used to be. Not. I lose. I lose attention. Like I can't pay attention. But I am a big fan of Silver Linings Playbook.
I saw you post it on Facebook. I've never seen that. Isn't that a chick flick?
Bradley Cooper's in it.
Isn't it a chick flick?
No, okay, time out. It was directed by David O. Russell. He did The Fighter, great movie. It's got Jennifer Lawrence in there, big fan. Robert De Niro.
Kentucky Girl.
Yep. Chris Tucker. It's a good, it talks about mental
health. Mental health. Yeah.
Have you seen it, Miguel?
I think I saw a clip. There was a clip where some Indian guys were getting picked on, and he goes and beats up the guys that were picking on the Indian guys. No, I haven't seen the whole movie, but I know what you're talking about.
It's on Netflix. Please, Dom, do me a favor. You're not working. You have no friends. Check it out. Watch it. It's a good movie.
Dude, I still don't know if I'm working summer school. I'm going to have to go into work on Monday.
Uh-oh.
But what I like about it, well, there was some backlash because they basically said you can cure mental health disease with love. And it's like, is that really the message? I think it's just them two, they help each other out,
Interesting.
But what I don't like is it's spoiler alert, everybody. The ending is like, I wish they would have, it took a while it was a great movie, but.
So on my watch party on this, Edward Still says, Tyler better be a cigar ninja for Halloween.
Ed's a great dude. He supports a lot of the events we do. I'm sure you've met him at the Crown Heads event we've done.
Oh, yeah.
Great dude.
Good people.
The only film I'm excited about to see now that I think theater's opening, but is Tenet.
Ooh.
Don't know anything about that.
Christopher Nolan, guy who did the Dark Knight series, Inception. Okay. But I love that guy as a director and writer, and it looks interesting. It's like somehow you can reverse time, but you can see it ahead of time. I don't know. He does some good stuff. Interstellar.
Inception.
I said that.
Yeah, I'm not a movie guy. So when my kids and my wife are big movie freaks, and we have all of it. We have Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, all that kind of stuff. And when they put on a movie and they ask me to sit with them, I'm out within 5 minutes, and they just use me as a pillow. So I'm just not a movie guy, man. I cannot sit still. I'm just not a movie guy. I'm a big book guy. Like for me, I'm all about books, and like I'm a big book collector. I have Audible. I collect, the physical copies. I'm a big book guy, man. That's my love.
As a literature teacher, I support that. But I did major in film, so I've got to support film as well, I guess.
Absolutely. I'm sure you got something. Go ahead. Well, look at Tyler's brought his cat on the show.
I saw a meme the other day where it says, I forgot what the hat's called. But they're like, if you're wearing this hat, you refer to movies as films, and that's probably Dom.
That was Middle Class Fancy on Instagram.
There you go.
You followed that page. Oh my goodness.
Pumpkin, but she is really nosy, and she likes to tell on people. So her nickname is Karen.
I don't have.
So I call her Karen.
I love it.
I don't have a pumpkin, but I do have a pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
That's the name I gave. No. Oh, you better watch it. No, it's a skunk. There's a skunk near my apartments, and every so often I'll be walking around and I smell pumpkin. That skunk pumpkin be skunking, man.
Oh. It's probably weed.
Could be.
I've seen it. It's a skunk.
Oh.
But I don't know.
I feel a little bad because she was dancing on my posters that I haven't framed yet or hung up. So I picked her up and I kind of threw her on the ground a touch too high or a touch too hard. So I feel bad.
We have abusive relationship there, Dom.
Yeah, it's a love hate.
You can't drop a cat above 4 feet or below like 8 feet. Because if it's high enough, they can correct. They have their tail and they whoop and land on their all fours.
Yeah, she was trying to get in and she was like clawing at the door, so I had to let her in.
I'm not condoning dropping a cat or throwing a cat up in there and trying to make it land, since we're now live.
We know what kind of person Dom is.
Dom, do you have any pets with your housemates?
Not with my housemates, but we have a Schoedel, Hershey. My parents have.
What's a Snoodle?
It's a poodle and schnauzer mix.
Doesn't shed.
Nope. Which is the purpose.
Yep. We're thinking about buying our first dog this year, so and we're thinking about doing something that's a poodle mix because we're not fans of shedding.
I want a Tibetan Mastiff.
That would
like $2,500.
Yeah, that's about that you would need its own room.
Yeah, I'd have to get rid of the smoking lounge.
Ooh.
I thought his cat was going to be named like Corona or something like that, or Bellicoso. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should maybe by next.
Tyler, I didn't think about this, but if I visit you, I'm allergic to cats. I'm gonna have to sleep on your patio.
Hey, I'll start sending you some cat hair so you can get acclimated to it before you get here.
Oh, that's so great! Next time you send him a cigar, put some cat hair on it.
My goodness.
Get his I was a big cat guy growing up. We had cats as a family, never had dogs. And at some point when I moved out for college, I all of a sudden became allergic to cats. So it's a shame because I love cats. I love their attitudes. I love that they don't give a shit about anything. I love cats.
She doesn't mind the smoke. Oh, no, of course she leaves.
Tyler,
yeah.
Do you have a sleeping bag?
No. Why?
Because I will just take my sleeping bag. I'll buy another one, double stuff it, and I'll sleep outside in Wisconsin. I'll be fine.
Bro, I have a room upstairs, and I had a rep stay in it last week, and I got a blanket on there, and that's where Karen will sleep.
Is he in the freezer now?
No. What?
Okay.
Why did everybody think I'm a serial killer? But anyways, so when the guest comes, I pull out the new comforter and put it on there because I don't want cat hair all over the bedding.
You guys are like best friends now, and there's so much room for activity.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm Miguel.
Bunk beds.
Richie previously V-cut everything, but I think he's off the gram right now. But he asked me to ask you, when are those quattro patatas dropping? And I was like, dude, I don't know what quattro patatas is. And he's like, oh, it means 4 kicks. Or what is it?
Capa Especial.
Yeah.
4 kick Capa Especial will drop either July. We're hoping July because of COVID. Things have been pushed back. It was supposed to be out in March, April. So we're looking at probably a July or hopefully July. Worst case scenario, August. So it'll be out. I appreciate you asking, and I hope you find them out there in the wild. We're very excited about the blend. It's Ernesto's blend from EPC. I think you're going to love it.
We literally just talked about that.
Dom, where in California are you right now?
Right now, I'm near Clear Lake, which is the largest non-man-made lake in California. So it's 2 hours north of Napa, I believe.
Okay. All right. It sounds like you're on a highway.
I mean, it's right next to the street, but then there's the lake right past the street.
Nice. Little fishing, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I got a lake in my backyard too, man. Fresh water.
There's a volcano. I think it's dormant near the lake. It's really scenic.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You go up there and light your cigar from the volcano.
You'd have to walk up that. I'd rather, light it up when you get to the top rather than. I tried hiking up a mountain while smoking a cigar, and that was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's usually not good to do.
Yeah. Thought I looked cool, but it was not worth it.
She's back on my shit list. She tried getting out the window.
Love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Edward Still says, I met him in 2018 at Lake Country Cigars. And he's asking, are there any other limited edition Crown Heads that were released this year? We've already announced and pre-sold the Crown Heads Lost Angel for TAA. So if you have a TAA account near you, you can get that. We will have some more LEs we haven't announced yet, but tomorrow the big announcement will come on Las Calaveras, so keep your eye out for that, 2020. So that's all we're kind of doing right now. We do have a new release core line coming out later in the year. We haven't announced anything about yet, but we will.
Nice.
Hey, Tyler, since we're streaming this to Facebook, are you getting questions there? I know Dave was watching, but his Wi-Fi cut out.
Hey, we got the guest. We got my El Presidente has been looking.
Well, I'm looking at my live stream. I don't know about you guys.
Oh yeah. Let me check, Dom. Good. Richie. Speaking of Richie, real quick, he mentioned the. He really wanted the that Ace Prime sampler thing. When I posted a picture of it, he was asking me, where do I buy that from? I'm like, you gotta know somebody.
You gotta know a guy who knows a guy. Well, that sampler that we sent out to retailers, it's funny. It's not for sale. I think hopefully, look, there's a lot of work goes into making that sample box. So who knows? We may add that up to the lineup. Hopefully that'll be something we add. If not this year, next year, man. We would like to have that sampler because it is beautiful and it's a great way to introduce yourself to Ace Prime cigars. You know.
Definitely.
Okay. So these are the comments we got. We got so Mike Moreland says, brag some more, why don't you? I don't know what Will's bragging about. Tron says, I thought Dom can't smoke anymore while you're at your parents' house.
Oh, Tron, that's another story.
My buddy said, so I went to high school with him. He doesn't smoke cigars, but he lives in Miami. He said, our trophy fish big from Step Brothers. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then Skip says, that cat canceled out any and all swag.
Karen.
Yeah, Karen. And then Kim Keeney says, yo. So no question, just
Speaking of Kim and Tron, so last week, Miguel, we did like a test run with Zoom, just Tyler and myself. And we said, oh, hey, who should we get on the podcast in the future? And Tron just tagged on Instagram like all these Sisters of the Leaf. It was like, dude, calm down, man.
and Mukau Rich.
And Mukau Rich, yeah. I do want to get the Smoking Chicks because they're starting to film again.
Yeah, they just did something with Lorenzo from HVC.
Yeah, it's Kim, Jolene, and Coco, I believe.
I don't know if I know them. Smoking Chicks. I got to check them out.
The Smoking Chicks. And their profile picture is a chicken. Oh, it's fantastic.
I like it. I like it.
On brand. Anything else, Dom, we got?
I've pretty much gone through all my weird topics, I believe. I need to update this more because I have some from last week as well.
Well, I just wanted to ask because we talked about it on the last episode we did with Miguel. We had mentioned Mo earlier, and Mo is one of the coolest dudes ever. But one of the funniest dudes I ever met was his cousin Buds, who has two shops out in Orange County, Tobacco Barn and Old Havana.
Old Havana, yep.
Buds,
Buds. I worked with Buds at CAO. He was our West Coast rep. I've kept in contact with Buds. He's a great guy. He literally, there's no one funnier than Buds. Buds is the funniest guy you'll ever meet in your life. And Buds at one time was a big dude. He was overweight many years ago, and the guy now is as fit as you could possibly be. And here's a little story. When I worked at CAO, I was 275 pounds. I'm down to 235 now. When I was at CAO, I was much heavier, and I roomed with him once at one of the trade shows. And he would work out every day. So he would get up at like 6 a.m., work out for 2 hours, come back, take a shower, get down to the showroom floor every day. I mean, the guy's a monster. And one morning he wakes me up at 6 a.m. He goes, Miguel, take your shirt off. I said, what? He said, take your shirt off. I take my shirt off, and he goes, that's the inspiration I needed. I'll see you in 2 hours. And he went out to the gym. You know, he would always, everyone joke, my nickname is the neck because I don't really have a neck. And so he would run behind me and slap me, and he'd go, I just took your neck. And he would run. I mean, the guy is hilarious. He's a great dude, and you should get him on this show as a retailer, man. He's just, he's worked in the industry as a rep for many companies. He's owned various different shops and lounges. He rolls out the red carpet every time I visit him in California. Old Havana is right next to a beautiful Cuban restaurant and a Starbucks there. He always hooks me up, always has some good cigars for me to smoke. Bud's is first class. I like Mo, man. Unfortunately, I don't get to hang out with Mo very much, but when I do get to see him, and I think he's one of the real down-to-earth, great guys out there, and I hope his brand continues to grow. He's just salt of the earth, man. Good dude all the way around.
And then, where is Old Havana in California?
Orange County. That's all it's not far from the Angels baseball stadium. I know that.
Is that where Ben works? Tyler, do you know?
Ben.
Sisters in Smoke.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'll hit her up. Because I know she posted today a picture with Patina.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ask her.
But I thought it cool. You mentioned last time, Miguel, that anytime you go to a shop and they're like, hey, we're thinking about bringing something boutique, something smaller.
Yeah. So for me, you know, when I visit shops all across the country, because I've been in it for so long, a lot of owners will say, hey, man, I want to add to my boutique shelf. You know, I've had Crown Heads now for 3 or 4 years, and I've added this or I've added that. And what's a brand you recommend? I always recommend Patina. I think it's a great brand to have on your shelf. If you love that kind of boutique feel, I mean, he's got a lot of love and a lot of attention behind it. They're great cigars. And, you know, he's real true to what he does, and it's fantastic. So every opportunity I get, I do promote guys like Mo. And my broker, and I have a lot of direct reps that work for me across the country, but we have a broker who lives in New Jersey. His name's Miguel Montañez, and he also has Patina. Miguel Montañez, and so La Chaveta is what I call him. And he and every time I'm with him, he's like, "What do you want to smoke?" And I'll say, "Hey, man, give me one of those Patina, bro." So I love those guys.
Yeah, I believe that's the same Miguel who's always on small batch Zooms, right, Tyler?
Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Cool dude.
Really cool dude. Yeah.
He's a wonderful guy, man. He just had his first baby. He lives in northern Jersey. His wife is a sweetheart, and he is just a cigar fanatic. I mean, that guy, his cigar collection is off the hook, man. Because he travels. He loved him and his wife before they had a kid. They loved to travel internationally, so he'd pick up a lot of rare stuff all over the world. But whenever I hang out with him, I always get some goodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When do you plan on hitting the road again? Have you guys talked about that at all?
Yeah, man. I think my guys are probably going to start really traveling at the end of June. And I think I'm going to be getting out there starting in July, the first week or last week of June, first week of July, around 4th of July. I'm going to start getting out there. I'll probably hit up Ohio first. So Ohio hasn't been seen by anyone since this whole shutdown. So I'll probably hit up Ohio, and then I'll start traveling with my guys. And I look forward to getting up to Wisconsin, coming out to see you, Tyler. I don't know when I get to California, but when I do, Dom, I'll look you up, brother. I promise.
Yeah.
Sounds good, man.
August 31st is the Little Smoke.
That's
so
right.
That's the rescheduled event. We got the venue all squared away, and
same venue as always.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's a great event.
Yeah, and it's nice because it's outside too. So I mean,
right on the water.
Yeah, the Pacific Ocean, I think. No, Pewaukee Lake. But and then the weekend after that is the Roma Craft Weasel Fest, which Dom is my +1.
Boys will be there.
The boys will be at Weasel Fest down in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
That's my vacation for the year. Since
hey, boys.
Vegas isn't happening.
Check it out. When you're down in Austin, you got to go check out this taco joint. They're all over the place. It's called Torchy's Tacos.
Danny's big into those. He got me on those.
I got Danny into Torchy's Tacos.
Oh, did you?
When he was moving when he moved out of DC and he's moving to Texas, obviously I wished him well. And one of the first things I told him was, look up Torchy's Tacos. So I said, look up Torchy's Tacos, bro. And he may not, I don't know if he'll give me credit for that, but I was the first one to tell him Torchy's Tacos. He's going to discover it on his own anyways, but I love Torchy's Tacos, bro. Every time, I actually keep a picture in my phone of what I eat there. I love it so much.
Nice.
Speaking of Danny, he's going to be the small batch Zoom guy esteemed guest this Saturday. I don't know when I'm going to post this. I have time to edit. But that'll be cool to chat with him.
Dom, did you pop on when John Huber was on last week?
No, I couldn't.
had to work. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't work. I don't remember what I was doing. It wasn't just because I can't smoke.
Playing Warzone.
You freaking Tyler, you were playing Warzone during a Zoom. You weren't even paying attention to the guest.
I know those small batch Zooms are incredible. I know a lot of people jump on there. John, like you said, was just on there from Crown Heads. John loves those guys. They're big supporters of Crown Heads. So we love small batch and Maximar out there. In fact, Bud's store is probably 3-4 miles from Maximar in small batch.
Yeah, I can't wait to make it back out to California, visit Buds and visit Andrew and Michael and the team at Small Batch, Pops and all them at Maximar.
When you go out, Tyler, when you go to West Coast, do you have a playlist? Do you start playing West Coast Snoop Dogg, The Chronic? I mean, do you have a theme when you go out there?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, Absol, Tupac, big NWA. Yeah.
There you go.
Katy Perry, California Girls.
No.
Oh,
what?
No,
No. If you're listening to California Girls, listen to the Beach Boy version. Come on.
Snoop Dogg's on that in the video. And the video is pretty cool.
There you go.
Katy Perry's naked on a cloud.
Well, that's why you watch the video. That's why I like the song. It's not for the song's sake.
Dom watches the video with the sound off. Tyler bumped it loud.
It's catchy. Dude, California's awesome, man.
It is. West Coast, left coast.
West Coast, best coast.
There you go.
Yeah, I was hoping to make a pilgrimage down to Maximar.
It's 4 hours away.
4 hours? Dude, it's more than 4 hours. It's like 6 to 7.
Is that how you do West Coast? Is that West Coast?
I don't know. You're going to get shot up.
It's gang signs now.
Oh, is it? I thought it was West Coast, man.
There you go.
There you go. Here you go. Midwest, baby. Midwest all the way.
Midwest.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Dude, Midwest has the worst rappers ever. You know who I'm big on? Houston. Travis Scott, Don Toliver.
We did a hat at CAO that replicated one of Travis Scott's hats.
Oh, Crown Heads, you mean?
Yeah, Crown Heads we did. Yeah, Crown Heads we did.
Hey, Tyler, you know.
Is that sold out?
It's sold out, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm a huge fucking Travis Scott fan. Big time.
Tyler, Riff Raff is out of Texas, too.
Oh,
yes,
fuck
he
that.
is. Yes, he is.
Jody High Roller.
Jody High Roller. That's right.
Miguel,
I saw him. The first time I saw Jody High Roller was on First We Feast, the Hot One show, and then I had to check out his music. He's crazy, man.
Yeah, he comes out with too much music, I think. But no, I saw him in Santa Cruz. My friend I don't know if she bought me a ticket, but her boyfriend bought backstage passes, and we're like the last one, so we're just in the back drinking Ciroc with Riff Raff.
Nice.
That sounds awful.
It was great. It's fantastic.
And there's a guy I listen to. He put out an album, and there's a guy on there singing one of the hooks, and I looked at it, said featuring Jody High Roller, and I thought it was funny he used that name instead of Riff Raff.
Jody High Roller.
Because I believe he wanted to be called Jody High Roller, and everyone just called him Riff Raff.
Because he's garbage.
Oh, no.
Miguel, you speak Spanish,
Chopping
right?
Blades?
I speak a little Spanish. Yeah. I speak a little bit of Spanish, yeah.
Travis Scott has been doing a couple songs with a Spanish singer named Rosalila.
I'm not familiar with Rosalila.
So when you're done with this, play TKN.
Okay.
And then another song is Highest in the Room remix.
All right. I got some music to be listening to, man.
Yeah, I was playing it in Nicaragua, and I asked the person I was with what she's saying, and she's like, I have no idea. She's singing too fast. But check out those two songs.
I will. TKN.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully they come out with an album together because she's got a really good – I mean, it's auto-tune-ish, but she's got a really good voice.
Nice.
I'm a little freaked out though. I follow her on Instagram now. She does these nails and they're like that fucking long.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get the 4-inch long nails.
There you go. It's hard to hold a cigar like that. You'll melt the fake nails.
Oh, dude, I got somebody into cigars recently, and they're like, "Can you teach me how to hold them? You hold them cool." I'm like, "No, I don't." I took a picture with the Oliva rep, and he's like, "Dude, how do you hold a cigar like that?"
I think I saw that picture. That was you and Jana
and Matt. Yeah.
And Matt. Yeah. Jana's great too, by the way. You should have her on the show. She's an awesome person, man. She's a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was funny in that picture. I commented, I act like she's not even in the picture because I had my arms folded.
Yeah.
And she's
so little. She's so little, man.
Yeah. She's tiny. The cat cancels out any and all swag. That's whatever. That's fine.
I love it.
Skip, if you're still watching, Tyler's not going to be able to sleep tonight. The hit to his core.
He don't sleep at all anyways.
No,
True.
He does. Well, no, Skip doesn't sleep. I get, I don't know. We'll see. Over the winter, man, I was getting like 3 hours, if that.
Oh, I'm 40 years old now. I need as much sleep as I can get.
Well, hey, once you hit like 50 or around there, then you just don't sleep. Is that right? Is that just people I know?
Ask your dad.
Yeah, he goes to bed. Well, he goes to bed early, but he wakes up at like 4 a.m. Makes coffee for my mom when she wakes up.
I hate when people brag about how early they get up, but then you find out they go to bed right after dinner.
Yeah.
At 6
Early
o'clock.
to bed, early to rise, man.
My boy Tim Kine, who works for Perdomo, my boy Tim Kine said, Miguel, what's up, bro? Looks like you're getting a storm. I am. I'm in South Florida, and it is rainy season. Hurricane season is here, and it is thundering, lightning, and it is raining.
Very, very frightening.
Speaking of sponsors, first of all, we need to get Monster as a sponsor.
Why? Bad idea. If Danny can't get Red Bull, you can't get Monster.
Red Bull, hey, see, here's the thing. When you don't shoot for the top.
Yeah.
Shoot for a couple steps below.
Instead of Louis Vuitton, you go with Champion.
Yeah. Or, like with Foundation, Nick's cool. I like Nate. Let's hang out with Nate.
There you go. You can't hang with Skip. You hang out with his daughter, Fiorella. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. I get it.
Or Esteban's son, Anthony.
There you go, Anthony. There you go.
Yeah.
Tyler, your hair's going to be longer than Nate's. Cut it.
I'm not cutting it, man.
I think Tyler should braid it.
I would get cornrows, but my hair is. I have thin hair. I think because I got Native American in me.
Oh my!
Come on, man. You about as Native American as my left foot, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Dom, would you ever wear a Champion hoodie?
No, it doesn't entice me at all.
Champion's back, man.
They'll rock Adidas, but
I never stopped wearing Champion. I just never wore the hoodies. I like even you know what a raglan shirt is, right? That's a 3/4 length. The colors on the sleeves and then the shoulders and then the body's one color. It's very popular with baseball players.
Yeah, baseball's gonna say
a raglan shirt, and so I always wore Champion raglan shirts because they always made my size. So I always rocked Champion raglan. I remember when Champion was. I mean, I used to get those shirts really cheap, and all of a sudden the price started going up, and I'm like, what the hell happened? All of a sudden, Champion is like the hot thing right now, man.
You see two people wear Champion. People in their, let's say, 18 to probably 20s. I'm probably a little old. And then 60 and above because it's at Walmart. It's at any, Meijer.
My dad.
There you go.
Your dad wears Champion?
No, I'll wear Champion when I am a dad.
There you go.
It's kind of like Tommy Hilfiger. Like one step above Gap.
What about Fila? Back when I was in high school, Fila was the hot shoe.
It's my dad's shoes right now, Fila.
K-Swiss?
K-Swiss was big when I was younger. And then before that, I don't know, BK. They were called like BK Knights or something like that. Those were real popular back in the day, man.
Those did they make rolling shoes?
I don't know.
One of those made rolling shoes.
And
But
then
it wasn't the back. It was like the full thing. It was
Euro
dome.
Crew?
Oh no.
and then Umbro. Do you guys remember Umbro or Starter?
Is that the Umbro? They had that little coin thing in there. You could put your dime bag in it.
Yeah.
What about Puma?
Puma, I used to rock a lot of Puma back in the day because I really enjoyed Puma because there was a point there where I really got into like soccer clothes. And so I used to rock a lot of Puma shoes. Oh, football. So I used to rock a little Puma back in the day.
Nice. All right. This is final topic here. Cigar related tattoos. What are your thoughts?
I will tell you that I think we have a big following in Germany with Crown Heads, and like all of our German hardcore Crown Heads guys all have like CYP tattooed on their hands, or they have the Crown Heads logo. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is funny, I'll tell you a little story. But years ago, I worked for a company. We had a guy apply for a job, and so we go on to social media to check him out, and he literally had like 5 different brands tattooed on his body, but not the brand that he wanted to work for. And that was weird. You know, like how you going to go in and sell X brand when you're tattooed up with YP, Elemental P or whatever. It was weird. But if you love a brand and you're committed to it, I know a lot of guys have tattoo stuff from Drew Estates. I think it's cool as hell. I have a lot of tattoos, but none of mine are cigar related. I think if you get a cigar tattooed on you, it does look kind of weird. It looks like a piece of crap on because it's long brown. You know, it just doesn't look good on it. But logos do. I don't. I've been in the business almost 20 years. I don't have any cigar-related tattoos, but I can feel it. I can feel it.
If I wasn't
JP Fingers has a CAO America cigar tattoo, doesn't he?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
I would get like a tobacco leaf, maybe.
Yeah, I think a tobacco leaf or tobacco flower, something like that. Tyler, why don't you do that, man? Why don't you do it and you record it, and you can put it on like Cigar Boys Noise, you know what I mean?
Or CigarNoise, yeah.
Cigar Noise, you know
yeah. Dude, I hate needles.
Me too.
I don't. If I could like take like 5 Xanax, maybe I could do it then.
I will tell you that they do hurt, but like if you get a big tattoo, like I have a big one on my shoulder of the Monster and the Bride from the old school Universal Monsters, and it took I think 3.5 hours. After the first 40 minutes, my arm was numb. So, you know, you got to deal with a little bit of pain. You know what I mean? But hey, Tyler, next time you see my rep, David Payne, ask him to show you some of his tattoos. He's got a lot of tattoos.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, and his are almost all tobacco related. Yeah.
Any Crown Heads tattoos he got?
I don't think he has any Crown Heads tattoos. His are just like tobacco leaves, tobacco flowers, and
nice.
that bird of Nicaragua that everyone gets tattooed on themselves.
On the Norteño?
Yeah.
That's cool. Dom, you don't have any tattoos, right?
No, I don't.
Somebody once told me, why would they put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari? And I'm like, this dude was like 60 years old with a pot belly.
Well, I'm not a Ferrari, so I tattoo myself up, man.
I'm like a town and country minivan.
There you go. I say you're more like a Hummer.
Hummer, yeah, or FJ Cruiser.
Dom is sort of more like a Tesla.
He's more of a Sebring convertible.
I'm right across the street from Tesla.
There you go. I'll feel it.
Yeah.
A lot of Teslas in my neighborhood. All right, so what we've discovered is Tyler's going to get a tattoo. You guys are going to record it, and you're going to put it online. Dom, when you take a trip, there you go. You guys are going to go down to Austin, Texas. There's a ton of tattoo shops in Austin, Texas. Get one when you're down there, brother.
If Skip pays for it.
Well, if Skip pays for it, you're probably going to get a Romacraft logo on you.
I would probably get the Neanderthal.
Get a temperance tattoo, Tyler, because you don't drink.
There you go.
I've seen him throw down a pina colada.
Yeah, I do fruity stuff.
What?
Yeah, I've seen him throw down a pina colada.
Tyler,
Margarita.
I'm making cocktails whenever I come visit you.
Bring the
I'm a rum guy, so rum and cocktails go great together. So as I said earlier on in the show, like I like to sit down and have a neat pour of either Zacapa or Diplomatico, neat, no ice. And then I like to have a fruity rum cocktail. I drink the fruity rum cocktail, I light up my cigar, and then I finish the cigar with just the good rum, aged rum on the rocks, or neat. So that's how I do it. I like it both, man.
You were saying before on the last episode that a lot of cigar makers drink rum, right?
Yeah, so, I tell everyone, like, if you like cognacs or bourbons or scotches, that's very popular in our industry, right? But the truth is if I took you to Cuba, Nicaragua, Honduras, or the Dominican Republic, if I took you to those 4 producing cigar countries, the people down there drink rum. The rum is part of the culture of Latin America. So the people that make your cigars, the people that blend your cigars, the people that work in the factories, rum is the spirit. And so rum has been paired up with cigars longer than any other spirit. So if you turn your nose up at rum, it's probably because you haven't been exposed to the right rum, or maybe you had a bad experience in college with, Bacardi or whatever. But there are so many great well-aged rums out there. Zacapa, Diplomatico, Dom Pancho. I mean, I could go on and on and
Flor de
on.
Caña.
Flor de Caña. And the truth is that rum and cigars pair up so well. Sometimes in tobacco fields, if it's grown in an area with a lot of wind, they'll grow sugarcane around the farm to help break that wind so it doesn't ruin the leaves. Sugarcane grows in the same countries, grows from the same terroir, the same land that tobacco does. They just pair up naturally together. So anyone out there watching, get involved with rum if you're a cigar smoker.
And a quick shout out to Connie from Blue Havana. He just tuned in.
Love Connie. Connie's my boy.
Yeah.
Connie is former Navy, just a great guy. Runs a shop called Blue Havana near Wrigleyville in Chicago. Connie is salt of the earth. Great guy, man.
I just talked to him on the phone for about 45 minutes a couple weeks ago. And, dude, whenever I go into that shop, it's like a kid in a candy shop because he's got so much aged and rare stuff there.
Yes, he does. If you like boutique, if you like rare, you like aged, you got to check out Blue Havana.
Yeah, I love that shop. And Connie, man, whenever I'm there, we just talk nonstop. And then I'm like, and then I got to make sure my car is not towed away. But I love that shop. If you go to Chicago, Blue Havana is definitely one. And if you're tuning in here, you're probably kind of a nerd too. So they have their own Roma Craft blend, the Oros, Boros, and the Abaddon.
Abaddon is great.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to go inside to eat soon.
Oh, what's for dinner? Pollo?
I have no clue. My sister was cutting an onion.
Oh, hey.
Hey, saute up some onion. Boys, I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. I got nothing but love for you, Dom and Tyler. Anytime I can do anything for you guys, thank you for the support on Crown Heads and Ace Prime. Thank you for having me on the show. And between us 3, we'll always have the lost episode that was just us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Miguel. Really appreciate it. Sorry that Dom fucked up.
Hey, we'll eat some PB&Js when we all get together.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
All right, man. See you, boys.
Rock and roll.
Yeah!